I have the
Distinguished and gentlemen, most respectively, in famous over the lands, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Professor Kabiru, MBA, PhD, MIMB, MPM, MCLBE, MSCLA. Vice Chancellor.
If you have simply said Kabiru Bala, you would have surprised. The dean, the Vice Chancellor's dean, that's what he calls himself. And so I have to be careful what I say when my dean is around. The keynote speaker, Professor Adobo, and all the other members of the high table, everybody, dear colleagues, students, heads of department, professors, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Sometimes I hope you don't have any time limit for me. Because when you give a teacher a microphone and give him 5 minutes, sometimes it's constraining, especially at a function like this. A very important one, I must say. First of all, I happen to be in this construction industry myself. And academically, we're in the same faculty with the researchers and the promoters of this event. So I'm personally somehow involved, and you get to understand my involvement is very deep. It's not on the surface. So first, I would like to most sincerely thank the British Council for this grant. And this is something that we have been trying to encourage since the advent of this administration. And permit me to take a few minutes to talk about it. That's the attraction of grants to the university. We knew in the university this problem of funding. It cannot be overstated. For research in particular, for the last 20 years, as long as far as I've been in the administration, there has not been a budget of ₦1 for research to the university as far as I know. And I've been in the administration for 22 years now, 23 years. So it's been very, very long. And so what do you do? The tripod of our engagement in the university system is teaching, research, and community service. And so, in fact, the research is the most important one because you do research to teach. Is the results of your research should influence your teaching. And so, the most important function is not being funded. However, the other side to it is, even if there was funding, it would never have been enough, as we see elsewhere in the world. The Harvards, the Oxfords, the Cambridges, the MITs are the best examples you can cite in the world. However, research funding is still limited by way of the government operation. And so, largely, the research funding comes from grants and grant seeking. And this should not be different, must not be different. Like I said, these are the best examples of always cite of universities in the world. Anytime, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, first 10, you will find Harvard, MIT, Stanford, and Caltech, Cambridge, and so on and so forth. So if they are the best examples, then we have something to learn from them. And so, ab initio, we came with a program of trying to facilitate the access to grants in this university. improve. We are making little efforts. And so what we said, let's make it a central theme in the university so that more and more funds will be attracted, which will go into research activities of the university. So there have been many programs. I wouldn't be able to list them here. One of which is what my dean has already mentioned, how to create a directorate of research in order to give it the importance that it deserves. And so, secondly, I must then thank Professor Adogbo and our colleagues for leading to this call and making this effort to, attract grants. We are here to witness the results of the activity, the research activity that is undertaken, because that's the second thing. You attract the grants. They are not like the money we earn easily here. When you attract grants, it's very difficult to earn. You earn the money actually. You have the grant, but you have to earn the money itself. So, I believe we have earned this money and this work has been done, and this is what I see. So I ask all of us, everybody, join the wagon and increase our research funding by attracting grants. The Directorate of Academic Planning and Non-Directorate of Research and Innovation have been at the forefront of organizing activities of capacity building to improve the ability of staff to, write winning proposals so that we attract these grants and improve the funding in this regard. The next thing I want to say is, I said I'm deeply involved. And I'll tell you, because Professor Adogbo is my mentee, Professor Joy is my mentee, Professor Shwaka examined her PhD, Yejunde is here, was my student. So you can go there, the women around the visit. So I feel personally fulfilled that we have women in this industry that is men-dominated, making these strides. And as the VC and my dean said, actually it's deliberate. I have this idea that women should be empowered, not because of this Western propaganda, women equality, and so on and so forth. I must mention that immediately also. But I have a belief, and I will mention some of my reasons, that women must be empowered for our society to make progress. Why? The children we have are trained by women. Because if I cite an example of my good self, since 2001 or thereabouts, I have been virtually an absentee father. I've been traveling all around the country, all around the world. So all of the children I had after 2001 actually didn't enjoy me. So they didn't have a mother that was a strong woman that, had this knack to train children. They would have been in trouble. I'm taking myself as an example. I only returned yesterday, actually, from another journey. I was supposed to have returned on Sunday, according to my understanding with Professor Adogbo. But something happened, so I came yesterday. But I had to come to this program because I had promised, and then for the importance of this program. So if we don't train women, how do you expect them to train our children and keep the home front? Secondly, I think women are more disciplined largely than men. I'm sorry to say this. And it's some clients, somebody said they are not trustworthy. I'm not sure of that. So all these are things that our society needs, and therefore we need to empower them so that we can reap from the benefits of this values. And so, like I said, it is heartwarming to me. It's quite edifying to see that our women folk are making strides in this regard. And thirdly, in the research, in construction, gender, but in this, in this case, we are talking about construction. It's something we have been doing at professional level for a very long time. But I must also quickly add that sometimes, there are stereotypes. Some of these professions are considered as masculine. No matter what you do, it will take a long time before you can have a good number of women representation in engineering, for instance. Another example about myself, I have quite a number of daughters. So one of them wanted to study building. She said she wanted to inherit the father. But the people around laughed at her and said it's a male profession. Why we see in construction sites with men and so on and so forth, and then they have to change their mind. So it's something that you also have to consider in your research. I think it's something, it's a factor that you have to consider. And also consider this also, unless you have a supportive husband who understands these issues. In these professions, it's very difficult to prosper, very difficult to even operate, except for things like architecture and quantity surveying, where you can practice from home. But some of the other ones, architecture, building, urban regional planning, are things we must go to the site. And unless, like I said, you have a husband that is supportive who understands these issues, there are always cultural barriers. I think Adobo has written a letter on cultural barriers or something. One of them, either Adobo or Joy, I think. So these are issues that must be factored. It's very easy to say, attracting, recruiting, supporting, and retaining. It's much more than that in our client. So these are things that if have not been taken care of in this research, maybe in the next phase, these are things you need to consider in conducting further research on this matter. Because I suppose, as also somewhere phase one, it will take a very long time because it will be a long-term research over a series, over a long time. In fact, a very, very long time, it will be continuous. So these are things I want to suggest in case this research is continuing. And finally, we have said also that ABU has been at the forefront of informing this country and the whole world actually about research activities and discourse on prevailing situations, whether it is politics, whether it is science, whether it is whatever. And suddenly we took a leap and we have followed enough, I think. And we said when we came this administration, I want to revive that strength that ABU had for a long time. We have led for a very, very long time. And we should reclaim that leadership position. So we have been trying to, and I think we have done fairly well in the last few years, in trying to reclaim this position, to be in the center of discourse. Many, many policies in this country were results of discourses in ABU. I can mention a few of them. I think even this one that better life, is it better life for rural women? This is an it's a rural agri thesis, I think, geography that became better life for rural women. I think during Babangida was the administration. And quite a number of them, policies in this country emanated from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, from discourses like this. So, as I said, one of the other things I'm happy about is we are reviving this. We're doing this in ABU, and this time around we are doing it with even international partners, which is quite commendable. So I'd like to, on this note, thank you very much. Thank everybody for coming, and wish us a very successful meeting. Thank you.